Hi, Mr. Frank. Yuan
Hey,
from here.
yeah,
Good evening.
good evening.
Um, so, thank you. I really appreciate your time for joining my interview.
Yes.
And in today's interview, I'd like to know more about the indulgence, which is happiness, in Holland compared to Malaysia, and
Yeah.
actually the time orientation, which is where the Dutch looks more about the future rewards and the current rewards.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you introduce yourself and your role in the agriculture machinery field?
Yes, I'm Frank. I'm from the Netherlands original, and I'm now living in Malaysia for about 12 years at this moment. And I came into Malaysia as actually my role was actually a service engineer,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm more related to the agriculture in more like in the machines for pack houses, packing machines, sorting machines, and that kind of machines. During my time in Malaysia, I learned a lot more about other types of machines for
Mm-hmm.
other agriculture products like flowers, chrysanthemum flowers, and also related to the greenhouses,
Mm-hmm.
irrigation equipment, fans, motor, venting systems, all that kind of automation.
Mm-hmm. So, in Holland, agriculture is actually a very popular industry, I'd say, and it plays a very important role in Holland
Yeah.
because the Netherlands, the Holland is the second largest agricultural exporter in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and the first is the U.S. But compared the land size compared, Holland is just so little compared to U.S. So
Yeah.
in Holland, you're like worth more than a gold because I believe machinery plays a very important role in agriculture because we can't be using cows and human powered in today's era.
Yeah.
So, how important is machinery to the agricultural industry in Holland?
Yeah, machinery is very important and started already many years ago. And actually, it has to do with basically two things: is automation and replacement of people. So people was also hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
And second thing is that the cost of labor is getting so high for the companies and also for the agriculture companies. So they are actually forced to do a lot of investment in automation, and thus they have to buy machines for that. Which with the machines they can lay off uh, a number of people, which is not so good for the working environment for the people, but for the company is a good thing because they can move on.
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay.
machines can replace the labor. The machines are not getting tired, so they are way more productive,
Okay.
and also the efficiency of the work is very important,
Yep.
which can be achieved with machines much better, and it's much more consistent to work. And in the end, you can do much more production.
Okay. I see. I see. So I've heard about this culture in Holland where people actually loves cycling a lot. They mentioned that the bicycles are more than the people in Holland. So
Yeah,
how would you like actually describe the daily life and the work balance in Holland actually?
yeah. Of course, in Holland we use a lot of bikes, and basically that is need to turn the thing so it's more straight. Um, People riding the bike because Holland is more or less a flat country. We don't have mountains. I
Okay.
think the highest mountain hill in
Yeah.
Holland is maybe around 90 meters or something, 92 meters.
I see.
Which I'm not sure about the exact height, but it's not much. Most of the time, all the roads are flat land, so it's actually it's perfect for riding a bicycle. And from the older days, people are working more in factories, and they do that very nearby their own house. So what they do is they going on a factory on the bike because they had lesser cars on the road,
Mm-hmm.
and not everybody has a car at that moment. So people had tend more to use the bike to go to the work.
Mm-hmm.
So
So in do you do farmers and the professionals, for example, Mr. Frank, you're an machine um, professional. So maybe in your leisure time or in your holidays, do you enjoy like outside of work, or you tend to get like you tend to stay in the work mode, or you will get out of work mode and
no,
spend time around with families and play around with them?
yes, yes. What very important is if you out of the working mode in your free time, so you have to turn that knob on in your head.
Yeah.
And if you have to do, you need to do something else to find the right balance
Mm-hmm.
between work and your spare time.
Yep.
It's also advised by many doctors.
Yep.
And because if you don't do that, if you stay in the working mode,
Yep.
you get at a certain point you take the work in
Mm-hmm.
your head, you take it with you home, and you can get stressed out, and even people have a burnout or that.
Mm-hmm.
So then they are sick and they have to go on medical leave, and they stay for weeks, maybe months. They cannot do the job anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important to have the good balance between working and activities in
Mm-hmm.
free time. And activities can be, of course, in the weekends, which a lot of people will do, is stepping on the bicycle, go around for
Yeah.
20, 30 kilometers and go back and have some lunch on the way or have a snack or whatever. And another very popular activity is, of course, doing sport.
Yeah.
So sport is very important to get your mind totally away from work
Mm-hmm.
to do something else, and that seems to be that is the perfect thing
Mm-hmm.
to have a good work and life balance.
Yeah. So people in Holland, you mean people in Holland actually appreciates their leisure time a lot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
because they have a lot of opportunities to do something,
yeah.
and because there's also a lot of facilities in the Netherlands
Yep.
to do. Like for example, where I coming from originally, we have a small village. It's maybe around 5,000 people
Mm-hmm.
population. But we have a football team, there's athletic clubs, there's a tennis club with some tennis fields. You can do parks and forest nearby. So you can do mountain biking, you can do on a normal bike, you can do running and everything. And everything is there for
Yeah,
you.
I see. So from your perspective, how is this different from the Malaysians' lifestyle and approach to work actually?
Um, yeah, of course, Malaysia has a different culture
Yeah.
than Netherlands. Also, the climate plays a big role
Mm-hmm.
because when you are in lowlands and you work, and after work it is so warm,
Yeah.
it is so hot out there. So you're not going
Yeah.
to step on the bike or doing some running,
Yeah.
and people are a little bit careful with those things.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you can do a lot of indoor sports,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe in general, Malaysia compared to Netherlands or any other countries, maybe Malaysia have lesser facilities
Yeah.
to do that, or you have to travel a bit further to do the right sport on the at the right facility.
Mm-hmm. I see. So do you think the happiness influences how open Dutch people are trying to move on to new machineries or technologies? How much are they willing to try on new machineries?
They are willing to try as long they are convinced
Yep.
that the return of investment is there within a number of years. And it doesn't have to be 1 or 2 years, but maybe after 5 or 6 years, if they calculate the return of investment is within a number of years, then they are willing to invest more into machines.
Yep.
And also, they really need to be convinced that it's really worth the money for them,
Mm-hmm.
for the company, to use the machine.
Oh, so do you think this is because the positive mindset of the Dutch. Because in Malaysia, Asia's usually tend to be more stressful, and they tend to think a lot. Do you think like the Dutch people, they actually um they are more willing to try on these machineries because of their positive mindset?
Yes, also, I think the Dutch people also looking more into the future on the longer term. Uh, so continuation of the company. So that means compared to Malaysia, what I see is in the 12 years, maybe I'm wrong, but what I see here in
Mm-hmm.
Malaysia is Malaysia is more based on a very short term,
Okay.
try to make a lot of money
Yeah.
in a very short term,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't think ahead of time.
Yeah.
What will happen after that? What will happen after 5 to 10 years?
Okay, I get you. Yeah.
So I think that's a huge difference in there. So if you can look around, if you can look in 10 to 20 years already,
Mm-hmm.
you say, okay, I'm willing to buy this machine, but the machine must be able to stand here in the company for 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15 years. That's how they look into it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So in Holland, it's often seen as a highly like happy society. People are very positive, where people openly value freedom, leisure, and their quality of their life. So, in your
Mhm.
opinion, how does this shape the way Dutch people approach work and agriculture compared to countries like Malaysia or China, where life is sometimes more restricted?
Of course, Netherlands is a very open country,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not very. There's not a lot of restrictions in there. I don't know what you mean really by restrictions. So
Mm-hmm.
what in what regards is restrictions?
Because in Malaysia or maybe China,
Yeah.
when people work and maybe after work, they still tend to be very stressful. Maybe they think about their work, what's coming into their work tomorrow, and they tend to be stressful. However,
Yeah.
in my knowledge, the Westerners are usually more they're relaxed, they're happy, like they look for example, after work, the only thing they think about is, oh, it's after 5, it's after work, so I want to spend
Yes.
time with my family. And
Yes.
so yeah, do you think this like influence the work life or something like that in?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are also very happy whenever they can finish the job
Yeah.
at 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So whatever they have in the hand, sometimes we say they drop down
Yeah.
5 o'clock,
Yeah.
they put on the coats and they go home.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, okay, I'm done for today. I only get paid for until 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, in the more higher jobs in offices in management,
Mm-hmm.
people tend to stay a bit longer in the office
Mm-hmm.
because they want to finish a little bit. Sometimes they stay 15 minutes longer or 30 minutes longer. But mostly on the working floor in factories and production, that's 5 o'clock is 5 o'clock, and everybody will go home.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So and then they say, okay, tomorrow is another day.
Mm-hmm. So in Holland, do farmers and companies focus more on long-term investments or like sustainable machineries, or they look at the short-term rewards?
Um, Actually, two things. They want to have a long term investment
Yep.
because they can spread out the cost of investment over many years.
Yep.
But also the machines need to give them some results,
Yep.
and then already starting from the beginning.
Oh.
So that's the whole purpose of buying a machine and doing automation is you replace work. That means it's cost saving,
Mm-hmm.
but also your production can go higher because you're using the machine, and you
Mm-hmm.
can let the machine run and run and run and run, and in the end, by the end of the day, you're supposed to do more production. So also the number of production need to be higher. So that is the short term result. It needs to start giving a result from the beginning. Yes, for sure. But the investment is more based on the longer term.
Okay. So how important is planning for future generations in Dutch agriculture?
Um, well, because in Netherlands is quite open. That means the children of a generation from farmers,
Yeah.
uh, it's not always 100% sure that they're going the same way as their parents.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, there's a lot of farming companies
Yep.
who are where the children are stepping in
Mm-hmm.
into the company of the parents.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's also a lot of examples there that the children choose to do something else,
Yeah.
or maybe they're going to study for something else and they work a number of years, and maybe on a later age they will come back maybe and to take over the business from the parents. That's
Mm-hmm.
also possible. So it's a bit mixed. It's not that automatic that all the children are coming into the same company as their parents.
Mm-hmm. So,
I, yeah.
in comparison, to Dutch to the Holland and Malaysia, how do you see Malaysia's approach to the long time reward or the short time reward in agriculture and the technology adoption?
I think Malaysia is more based on short-term rewards,
Yeah.
and if they, of course, if they need to do investments, they think about, yeah, 1 year, oh, it's a lot of money, did and
Yeah.
that. Machine costs a lot, but if you spread it out in maybe 10 years, 10, 50 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it can give you a better result, then you can think about it. But yeah, I'm not sure how long they look forward, but for me, definitely in Asia is more a trend
Mm-hmm.
that they do more the
Yeah. So do you
short
think?
term thinking.
Yeah. Do you think that affects the maybe quality of machineries in Asia countries compared to Western countries like Holland, because
Yes,
Holland is famous for its sustainable machineries.
yeah, because Western machines, I think they use better materials for
Okay.
that,
Yeah.
which also the machines will be a bit more expensive,
Yep.
but it lasts longer.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Yeah.
do cultural values around the long time reward and the short time rewards affect how fast innovations spread in each country?
Innovation is an ongoing process.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always new innovations coming in,
Mm-hmm.
and that's going on and on. Even in the agriculture, there's a lot of exhibitions nowadays where companies are spreading their products for other people, and there's always new things. Before it's starting with maybe small seedlings.
Yeah.
They have machines for it nowadays also to do it automatically, and that kind of thing. So
True.
before it was also more hand doing by hand. So there's a lot of more machines coming up and up because it's still the increasing costs of
Mm-hmm.
labor. And labor cost is a big burden for all the companies.
Mm-hmm.
So they are really forced to do some, at least to do a little bit of automation in there.
Mm-hmm. So, as we have mentioned before, the Dutch agriculture machinery is very famous worldwide for its innovation and sustainability. For example,
Mhm.
it's one of the top exporters of the world. So, do you think this success is strongly related to how Holland or Dutch people think about the long time reward?
Yes, I think it's related to the long term rewards. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, the companies who are making the machines, the production companies,
Yeah.
yeah, they want to sell maybe a machine after 5 years again,
Mm-hmm.
and the company and the farming company who's buying the machine
Yeah.
wants to use the machine for 15 years.
Yep.
Yeah, and that is sometimes a bit okay. So when is the time to do a new investment or a new innovation machine? And that's an ongoing thing all the time. And yeah, there's a lot of machine companies who are making the machines.
Mm-hmm.
So and Netherlands is a big market too
Okay.
to sell those machines because like in Netherlands we have so many agriculture companies from from farming, from cattle farms until flowers and vegetables, and there's quite a lot, and they require a lot of automation. They require a lot of technical people for maintenance, construction people to build the greenhouses. So there's a lot of work to do in the agriculture sector.
I see. So based on your experience, what can Malaysia actually learn from the Holland's agriculture industry?
I think
Yeah. So.
technology first, and also the way of growing,
Yeah.
how they grow uh, together. Of course, the labor cost in Malaysia is still manageable.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened when, for example, the foreign workers in Malaysia are getting more money, or maybe the government will say, okay, they need to earn a minimum amount of money every month.
Mm-hmm.
So then is the time, because that in Holland also started. Holland said, okay, people are working, need to earn a certain minimum amount of money
Yeah.
every month. And that money is going up and up and up and up because of inflation and all those years. And means that the companies have to pay a lot more money in those years. And then they will force to do some automation. And yeah, in Malaysia, if the foreign workers who are mainly work in the agriculture, if they still stick to the same salary every month, then your willingness to do investments and to buy machinery uh, is not going that fast.
Yeah.
It will be delayed,
Yeah. So you think
and therefore also your difference between quality and in technology and the way of production for and exporting your products, and that gap might be a bit bigger.
so in your opinion, you actually think Malaysians need to actually look into the future and investing more on machinery so that we can, because machines, they don't resist, so we can control them better and use
Yeah.
on agriculture better.
Yes, and to be more efficient in
Yeah,
your work.
true.
Efficiency of the work is very important. Consistency is very important.
Yep.
Yeah. So, for example, we work with irrigation system, automatic irrigation systems. There are still a lot of farmers in Malaysia who are doing irrigation by hand. So, yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I
one day they open the valve for 30 seconds, the other day 40 seconds, right? And the machinery, you can set up a machine for that, and he will open the valve for every day 30 seconds. So consistency is much better. Also efficiency and better production, and you get better quality. And that's what you want in the end. You want to have better production and more higher production also.
I agree with your point actually.
Yeah.
So personally, how do you actually balance enjoying life happiness with the long time reward in your own career?
Yeah, you have to do your job, and you plan in. When I was still working in Holland, you plan in your holidays and everything. You're looking forward to your weekends. You work 5 days a week, most of the time. Unless you're going outside for a service job, you might work 6 days a week.
Yep.
But you can have enough time to plan in to get your work-life balance good.
Yeah, I think the work-life balance is actually something that Malaysians need to actually learn from the Dutch, because Malaysia's work culture is actually quite stressful, as you can see in Malaysia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't know why it's so stressful, and it's not only from the people who's having the job, but it's coming from both sides. It's coming from management.
Yep.
And coming from the labor itself. So both need to have good. But in Holland, they are good. There's a lot of agreements from the government there's a lot of things the companies need to do, and a lot of things they can't do, and there's a lot of regulations in there. So if you don't have any regulations, or you have like a working environment that is based on regulations, then it can go anywhere.
Yeah, I totally understand your point and agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So what one of the regulations is that in Holland, a company must provide a small break in the morning, lunch break for at least 30 minutes, an afternoon break. So and those things are all regulated in contracts.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
and that I think that's also a big part of having lesser stressful
yeah,
in your work, and then people going home whenever they done with the job in the day at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, they go home and they're still happy.
yeah, yeah,
And that's what you want. And then especially in the morning, if they return to the job, they are very motivated and they are fresh and they have a lot of energy.
yeah, yeah. That's what I think Malaysians
Yeah.
need to be learning from the Dutch.
Yeah. And even though the Dutch people also standing in traffic jams for 1 hour in the morning.
Yeah,
And they are getting used to it also. But it is not something that you have to be stressed for.
yeah.
Yeah. So you go to your job, you love your job, you're doing a good job, the boss is satisfied, you are happy with your salary. So there's no reason to be stressed.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's all for the interview today.
Yeah.
And I
Very
really appreciate your time for today.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Thank you
Most
so much,
welcome.
and have a good night.
Yeah. Okay. Anything you want to know later on or whatever, just WhatsApp me.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All
See
right.
you. Okay, bye.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye bye.